Boom, the Oak Plus is in today, and we're going to review it. So yeah, guys, we got the Oak Plus out here today. I don't know a whole lot about it except for what's on the box. That's it. I'm excited that Zulisi sent this out to me. I'm excited that they like their videos that they're getting from me. So hey, I just want to thank my sponsor today for my targets. These guys make some great targets. Reveiw Safety, go check them out. These targets interlock, as you can see. The cone is its own target. And once I was done using the cone, I used it as a base for another target. Now all these targets have these little flaps that you guys can use to interlock other targets on, so you guys can use like paper targets and things like that. Another cool product that they make are their bases. Their bases are made out of this really thick sheet metal, but they're stamped out and they're made very nicely, and they fold down very flat. That takes up half the space as my old stands take up. Check out Reveiw Safety down in the description below. Thanks again, guys, for sponsoring the targets for the channel. So let's check this out. I'm going to go over that it is shake awake. It's after 5 minutes, it shuts itself off. If you hold the negative brightness setting down, after 3 seconds, it shuts itself off. And that's also going to deactivate the shake awake, so it will not work. So from there on out, guys, I really don't know a whole lot about this. Let's go ahead and open the box. It is an RMR SRO footprint. There's kind of quick reference on how to adjust it. So yeah, just kind of some redundancy on how to adjust it at 5, 10, and 25 yards. That's your owner's manual. We'll go over that a little bit later. Lens cleaning cloth, give you a dozen different screws. Now what I like about Zulisi is they give you 3 different thread. For every thread pitch, they give you 3 screws for. So if you break one, lose one, something along that line, you got 3 of them in there. A tool, more tools for using the screws and adjusting your windage and elevation. More screws. I see. This is cool. So guys, instead of doing a 1913 pick rail, low mount ones that everybody does, they give you a riser. Hey guys, lesson to be learned here from Zulisi. Use a riser for a 1913 pick rail, because as you guys have seen on other videos of mine, when I use the 1913 rails, I don't have a riser. I gotta really bury my face into the gun to be able to see that optic. So good on Zulisi, good job. And that looks like it, except for the optic. Let me get this open and we'll be right back. All right, here it is in all its glory, the Oak Plus. Now this is an RMR footprint, very cool. Batteries on bottom, 2032 battery. Gives you about 40 to 50,000 hours of battery life. Like I said, it does have the shake awake, so that's going to help preserve the battery life and make it a little longer. Your windage and elevations are 1 click MOA. There they are. There's 40 degrees of elevation between the two, so it gives you 80 degrees of elevation. Not too bad for an optic like this. The dot itself is 3.5 MOA. There's 10 brightness settings, and your brightness adjustments are right here. There are 10 of them, 8 daytime, 2 nighttime. As I said earlier, it is an RMR footprint. So any RMR footprint, slide cut, things like that. We're going to try it on a pistol. We're going to try it on an SBR since we got that riser. It's very cool. And it is IPX7 water resistant. Now, I don't really have a water to test this in, and I didn't test it before I came out because we opened it first. So it is what it is. I like how thin that shelf is. I can see that right off the bat. They kept that shelf right there very, very thin. Now, I can see this competing with like the Sealy Bowl. And in my opinion, I think this is going to be a little bit better. I like square lenses better than round. That's my own personal preference. It is a red dot. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it on my shirt. There it is. You guys can see it. Very crisp red dot. Very crisp. I don't know what setting that's at, but that's how it showed up. I would like to see something with a big lens like this with like the circle and the dot in the middle, or maybe choices of reticles. Like if you held the button down for so long, it changes reticles. But man, that is really cool. I'm excited to get this on a gun. Let's get going. We've got the Oak mounted to our drop gun. Now this is just our drop test gun. I do not have permission from them, and I haven't talked to them about doing a drop test. So we're not going to do any kind of drop test on this video or any kind of torture test. We're just going to shoot it and see what kind of fun we can have with it. Because like I said, this thing is pretty badass. I like the look of it, in all honesty. I don't know what happened there. Guys, this is dead on. I'm not messing with it. Let's go down and take a look at it. You guys can see. Woo! All right, that was after my hiccup of the little trigger issue, but I'm not messing with it. It's good enough for the government. Let's do some still shooting. Well, I got some still targets. I don't know if they're in the frame or not, but if they aren't, too bad. You'll hear the ding. If they are, great. Every miss was to the left. That was on me 100%. Very, very accurate gun. I think this is fun as hell with this big wide sight. That's it, guys. Great job, Zulisi, on the Oak Plus. I love that big wide optic. This would be great for competition shooting. All right, here we go. 5 for 5. That last one was close. It was low left. I just barely nicked it. I saw it move. That was all it took. All right, guys. SBR time. Done. I didn't feel that click that time. I felt this pink that time. Oh, this last mag. That last round on that last bolt. Very, very cool. A little tack driver little thing is what it is. 3.5 MOA. Let's talk about this bad boy. This setup is fun as hell. And we do have a collapsible stock or a PDW stock coming from Strike Industry, and can't wait to get that on here. This has been a fun little gun, suppressed. We are getting other suppressors, so keep an eye on the channel if you guys are into suppressors for reviews on those. Now let's go to the Zulisi Oak Plus. That thing is very, very cool. Like it says right there, it is a 3. There we go. It is a 3.5 MOA red dot sight, and that's all it is. It's just a dot. It is on a 26mm objective lens. That is pretty good size. So I'm ecstatic that Zulisi thought enough ahead to say, hey, we're going to include a 1913 mount for you, but your 1913 mount is going to be a riser. It's not going to be a mount where it keeps it nice and low. Any one of us that are going to be mounted to a 1913 rail, more than likely are going to need some kind of a riser. Unless you're putting it on an AK or something like that, maybe even a Scorpion, a riser is the way you're going to want to go. Most of us are putting them on ARs or something along that line, and that's what we're going to want. We're going to want it up high like this. So very cool on Zulisi thinking ahead enough to think, hey, if this does go on a gun, this is what we want it on. Very, very cool. Check out Zulisi. Let them know Delta D80 sent you. If there's a code for Zulisi, it's going to be in the description or it's going to be in the video. Now, I know for a fact that Zulisi is only having my codes run for so long. So it is what it is. If you're watching this a year from now and you're like, hey, that code doesn't work, yeah, it's not going to work. They're only using the code for so long. So it is what it is, unfortunately. So if you want to use the Oak Plus, this is the code you want to use. And in the description, I'll give you guys an expiration date of when it's going to be down. So check that out. Go over, check out Zulisi. You guys can sight these on Amazon. These things are badass. This thing is amazing. I love how it ran extremely well on a gun, and then I took 2 shots and I was able to adjust. I took 3 shots at a cardboard target over there. And if this is the target I'm shooting at, I'm literally down here. I moved my target over 11, or moved it over so far left, and I moved it up so far right, and I counted every click that I could feel and every little notch that I could see it pass, and it was nearly dead nuts on. If you guys want, I'll run a picture of what I have in here. This is what I had first, and then my last few was just kind of quick offhand. So I'm very excited after my first adjustment on that, my tight group on that. Okay, that thing is balls on, nuts on. So good job, Zulisi. So again, Zulisi, I appreciate you guys supporting me. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, consider following me on social medias, and thanks for shooting the breeze, guys. We'll see you next time.